In Solat Contenders the year, Main Secretary Haider al-Abadi stands at the epicenter of the fervently disputed poll. And although Sames everywhere deliberate a character for root ISIS, his win at the polls is far of specific. Meantime, suicidal bombings go on to pestilence Baghdad, disputes above oil rental income include stalled in parliament, and more than rather than 2 million Iraqis stay moved of the war in ISIS. Currently, Abadi many faces a calculation by the human beings, as Iraqis go to the polls on May 12 to voice in a new parliament. A broken coalition Maliki, who has shrilly attacked Abadi's West habits by insisting Iraq's surest friend remnant Iran, has break of the main secretary's bloc and created his their own. The period, yet, the Shiite are break in 5 coalitions, and Abadi's Win Association listing includes Sunnite candidates in provinces such as Nineveh in the polar and Anbar to the western. His is as well the just one to run in every of Iraq's 18 provinces. The voice amongst the Shiite Iraqis will potential be break among such 3 groups, manufacturing it almost unavoidable how Abadi will include to conduct negotiations in them. The Shiite paramilitaries, named as the famous Mobilize units, were convicted for their cruelty versus Iraqis residing in areas how were by ISIS monitoring. Humane rights look named on Iraq officers to hinder the PMU of take portion in war operative, quoting a recording of atrocity versus the Sunnite people consisting executive summary killings, forced disappearances, torment and the destroying of homes. Ultimately, the PMU were eliminated of fight campaigns in Sunnite areas. The US and Iraq war led assaults in ISIS-controlled towns consisting Mosul, to escape flaring sect tensions how arose while the PMU fighters were shipped in. Game the Win map. How Win is Abadi's largest policy map in the poll, therefore the behalf of his Win Association. He as well attended regions of the nation how had previous been in ISIS hands, promised to assist residents restore. Sames the favorite to gain, and Sames hard to conduct the Iraq-wide policy, told Renad Mansar, a study comrade in the Medium East and Polar Africa program at Chatham Building. He came to the Kurdistan area and he came to Sunnite areas in Nineveh and Anbar and now Sames in the southward, Sames hard to lead the entire nation. Human beings are love, we hit ISIS, penalty, but the management hasn't been capable to supply whatever to us. The framework is pervert and down there's all these issues, you include the identical leaders promise changing and promise to fight the pattern how they themselves constructed so you include a lot of Iraqis who trust how not lot changing is probable via elections, he told. Duality, and Iran in the backdrop lot Iraqis say they will not voice on Saturday since largest of such fleeing are known many faces who in the history pledged changing, but include unsuccessful to supply. If you don't pursue up on them all, the Iraq human beings will ask you present or next day which thou ve made for Iraq, told Abade. We can say frankly and in all clarity how the policy grade is unskilled to guideline the nation, and we can say he was the top amongst them, but we can't say Sames answering machine the demands of the Iraq human beings, Abade told of Abadi. As a mark of how dualistic human beings are on vote, the nation's highest Shia sectarian credibility, great Ayatollah Ali al-Sistani, didn't urge all get out and voice on the weekend. In the history Samedi claimed Iraqis get portion to provide a continuous Shiite show at the polls. The period, he told vote is portion of the framework but he's up to the individual to voice or not to voice, so really obviously Sames unhappy by the policy framework in Iraq, Mansar told. The risk for apathetic Iraqis is to go on to voice on sameness channel, though as the sectarian how shrouded the nation for so lot year now appears to be ebbing. Future, it is not at all precise how the hoped for variety increases sustainability, or in any way makes for a more than function or less than pervert by the government one day it is shaped. The ghost of Iran domination continues to outshine Iraq, though as Abadi has consumable his period in office space house alliances in Saudi Arabia and for the Medium East, mobile to France, and though Japan. It is not obvious how Tehran has solved on its privileged applicant for Iraq main secretary. Main constituencies, consisting the dominating Shia Islamists, are separated. Iran's obvious policy is to supporting several groups in the expect how it will be kingmaker in the bargaining above the following Iraq by the government. Among a Malit and an Inkas Rabih al-Zubaydi, a public health meal keep proprietor in Baghdad, yet remembers which it was love up the drop of Saddam. Such days, he insists, were superior. He points to top joblessness amongst the nation's youthful and presumptive corrupt practices during the economics how hampers entrepreneurs. If youthful human beings wish to begin a industry, the nation fights them in taxes, labor control agencies force more than rules, he claims. Abadi is among a Malit and an Inkas, among the US, Saudi Arabia and Iran, and don't wait him to prosper in making really lot. These issues are greater rather than Haider al-Abadi, he told.